You know, just before starting this stream, I was just a little bit curious how many people who have played this game have actually beaten it. And so, while I was on my starting soon screen, I just had a look at the Steam achievements out of curiosity. And eliminating all of the members of the Order of the Ancients, 5.5%, the Hamptonshire arc, 6.9%, the whole Asgard and Jotunheim quest, 5.4%. So, there isn't an achievement for doing all those and actually beating the game, but I know that those are all basically requirements here. So somewhere probably under 5%-ish, which sounds like it's very little, and it is very little, but you do also have to acknowledge that as a game goes on, you have more and more players drop off. So, you know, these could be players that didn't finish the game that still have a massive ton of hours in it. Why does my audio get like this? I noticed during the last stream that my audio was a little bit not great sounding, like it probably is right now looking over at OBS, which is why I'm going to adjust my mic to here, and then I should sound a little bit better. And yet last night when I was streaming, my audio levels were always good where they're supposed to be. But lately, for some streams, seems like it's a 50-50 chance it's going to be all messed up or not, and I don't know why. I'm gonna adjust it a little bit further because I don't know, man. Something like that. Anyway, I was just a little bit curious about that. I want to do this. I needed to look up how the heck I do it just to remember it is a fade encounter. That's what I thought. Why did that? Why is that scrolling me up? I'm trying to highlight. What the hell? Okay, well, maybe my computer's being weird because I am clicking with left click, trying to drag to highlight. Okay, well, whatever. Highlight doesn't work today. I've never seen that happen before, but the last time that I played this game, it's currently the 12th of October, as you could see on my computer there. Last time I played this game, I beat it. I'm a little bit embarrassed that the finale stream of the main game had my audio sounding kinda shit. Oh well. Yes, you could make changes to my device, Ubisoft Connect. Man, this is like Odyssey all over again. My goodness. So the game was beaten. Apologies for the bad audio. I don't know why it's doing that. Like 50-50 chance that it puts me into peaking territory. At least I identified it this time and have remedied it, probably. It's not like I'm listening to myself. I guess I could play my own stream and make sure that it's okay sounding. Yeah, let's say some things like this and then listen to it back really quickly. Yeah, so I have my stream playing in the background here now, and what is it like? Does it sound okay? Does it sound okay? Pause that. It's fine, whatever. Should be good. I always get nervous about that kind of thing, especially after Fragapalooza, where I did 4 days worth of Fragapalooza gaming and my audio was screwed. I don't want to ever run into a situation like that again. Live and learn, I suppose. Anyway, I beat the game, and I said that was the last thing I for sure wanted to do before Hallowland. It put me to 195 parts. This will be part 196 right now. I'm really close to 200. I kind of want to start the DLC that I'm doing at Hallowland of the Siege of Paris, either on part 200 or 201. That would be really satisfying, so, you know, it's a really unimportant kind of reason why I need to do one more stream, but, you know, just for the sake of my OCD here, I guess. I kinda gotta do, like, one little twiddly wink of a stream here. Because before we get into the main DLCs, there is still other updates that came out. So, there's the crossover with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I figure I'll do that tonight, why not? There's the roguelike mode, where you play as Odin or whatever the heck. There's the mastery challenges. I would have listed these all off during the last stream. I don't remember what they all are now. And the final chapter I'll do after all the main DLCs. Oh yeah, follow Knud. I'm not doing that there. So, that's my plan here. Most likely, I'll end up doing Dawn of Ragnarok on my own time. These other, like, update thingamabobs. I want to showcase the ones that came out with updates. Gift from the Otherworld, Challenge from the Gods, and of course this one, Distorted Dream. So I'm going that way. I want to do that. I want to do the 2 remaining main DLCs of Siege of Paris and Dawn of Ragnarok. And Dawn of Ragnarok, I figure I'll probably be playing on my own time. Oh. Maybe I'll have to do that at some point just so that kid stops distracting me here. So, I only have like one LAN event left I'm gonna have a bunch of time at, being HalloLAN. In a few weeks, there is also Extra Life 2025, but that is an extremely short LAN event, 25 hours long. And I was already planning on playing Metal Gear Solid 4 for that one. And if Dawn of Ragnarok is like 12-ish hours long, I'm not doing Metal Gear Solid 4 plus Dawn of Ragnarok. There's a good chance I'll beat Metal Gear Solid 4 before like the end of the 25-hour mark, so I'll need to like fill my time with other stuff. Maybe that'll be a good excuse for me to come in and do like the roguelike here, because that'll be a pretty standalone thing that's not going to take like forever, you know? Like, this needs a lot of context. I like to do things that don't require a lot of context at LAN events, so that you don't have to be caught up on like a bazillion different playthroughs to understand what the heck is going on. The roguelike, I assume, is going to be standalone, so hey, maybe I'll do that at Extra Life. I don't know, maybe I do some of the mastery challenges at Extra Life, but this Restless Dreams thingamabob, I'm probably going to have to do that on my own time, because the only 2 LAN events that are going on this year are HalloLAN and Extra Life. So I don't know, maybe I'll have some extra time and do those at Extra Life. So I'm thinking I'll do this now, and then after HalloLAN and I do the Siege of Paris, I probably won't touch this game until at least after Extra Life, because I don't know how much time I'm going to have during Extra Life, and if I beat Metal Gear Solid 4 early and I have extra time, then I'll be like, okay, sure, let's wedge in a little bit of Assassin's Creed Valhalla and play that, and then I wedge that in. So I want to have the option on the table, so this stream, HalloLAN, and then I'm probably not touching this game until November, I think. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. Hi.
Oh, it's you.
It's me. You look like you're chewing gum there or something.
But I can hardly believe the great Eivor is fated to save my little Isle of Skye.
Who are you?
Ahead of yourself as always, Edith. Eivor. Edith is an old friend and a seer. She contacted me for advice. Her people are plagued by nightmares to the point of madness.
I wasn't aware people settle on the Isle of Skye.
There are small settlements, but it is a place of passage for many, making it perfect for dreams to wreak havoc. Until now, I've mostly been deciphering if my cousin's feasting on feathers in her dreams means she should marry a farmer or a baker.
You lost me again.
Edith needs your help. And it's not just her people being affected. As someone deeply in tune with the spirit realm, I have also begun to lose sleep. I fear it may spread to our settlement soon.
I will investigate. But it is not as if I have experience chasing away bad dreams.
There is more. You're not going to like this, Eivor. But I believe somehow Ranvi is involved. Perhaps even responsible.
Why don't we go ask her? How could she do this?
You know I trust your wisdom, but Randvi is my friend. How could she threaten the settlement like this?
Ever since the nightmare started here, I began asking the spirits for clarity, and a vision came to me. Though it was cloudy, I know what I saw. You will find Ranvi amidst a scene of death on the Isle of Skye. The 2 of you will fight before you are forced to part ways forever.
That just can't be true.
Believing is your choice. The only way to find the truth and stop the nightmares from spreading is if you go to the Isle of Skye. I must tend to my duties, but Edith can take you when you are ready.
So, are you ready? My people can't go without sleep any longer.
Sure. I also forgot to mention that during the last part there, finishing off the main game, I kind of forgot to give my full review because I'm used to doing that during the credits of games, and credits didn't roll on their own, and I was kind of tired and my brain was fried. I should have gone into the menu, clicked the play button on the credits, and then given my full review doing that. But I did not, so at this point, I may as well just give my full review after I've done everything, and yeah, I'll talk about my thoughts on the main game during the final finale, I guess.
I'll find out what's plaguing you.
What it may as well be at this point.
Whatever, or whomever it may be.
I'll get my full review of this game, still. I just missed the part where I was gonna initially do that for the main game. I'll do it all in one fell swoop at the end and when I do the final chapter. So from what I understand, looking it up online here, it sounds like this is basically just another arc's length worth. With its own standalone area, as some of them are. Oh, location discovered, Edith's hut. But I say we're not quite at the hut yet. You'd think that this would be like cutscene-like and it wouldn't have these options here. I can't open sail, it doesn't let me. Imagine. If only. Yeah, it brings them away. Why was that on screen? Also, was Eivor not there and then he spawned in, or am I going crazy? Oh, what? Oh, well. It could have all just been a continuous cutscene is what it could have been.
Here we are. The Isle of Skye. Beautiful, isn't it?
Any idea where I should go first?
Investigate Kilter Raglan first. It's where complaints of nightmares began. My hut is there too, if you need to find me.
Isle of Skye arc started. A fated encounter. New quest, tossing and turning. Alright. So, what are we dealing with here? Brothers Point. Alright. Decent little smidge area. Only one viewpoint? Maybe it's smaller than a traditional arc. But yeah, apparently this is the Assassin's Creed Odyssey crossover thing, so... I have a feeling I know who Randvi is going to be. A little bit of a funny feeling there. But the fact that years after Odyssey and Valhalla, they just released a crossover between the two games. Except the crossover wasn't really a crossover on the Odyssey part. But I guess is on this part, because it wouldn't make sense for Valhalla to cross over with Odyssey, but makes sense for Odyssey to cross over with Valhalla here. Considering Cassandra was all immoral and stuff until she gave up the staff to the crazy bish Layla, who has now codified herself along with Desmond and freaking Assassin's Creed storytelling, man. I don't even know. Anyway, earlier today was essentially Thanksgiving on my mom's side of the family, and tomorrow is Canadian Thanksgiving proper. It's Thanksgiving Monday, so that's why I'm able to stream tonight. I don't have work tomorrow. It's a holiday. So here I am tonight. So we had some good Thanksgiving dinner here today, and tomorrow we'll be heading out of town and doing a similar thing with my dad's side of the family. Bringing essentially all the leftovers from today of some good stuff. What? And I tried to contribute to Thanksgiving dinner with making pies. I made an apple pie and I made two raspberry cherry pies. And they were pretty alright. Raspberry cherry was a bit runny. The apple pie was actually pretty good. That one turned out well. Raspberry cherry was good, but it was pretty runny, liquidy. Oh well, I shall live and learn. But 'twas tasty. So, we ended up doing some games down here. Not in this room, but like basement living room and stuff. Played a decent bit of Smash Bros, had some fun. Had some good foods. Chatted a little bit about upcoming Halloween and figuring out some carpooling stuff to go there. And yeah. So overall, a nice evening. Winter is coming in here soon, though, and I've been figuring out a bunch of stuff on that front. Namely, bringing in a lot of tomato plants. Because so many of my tomato plants just didn't fruit before the season was over. And I went out on my way to grow so many different varieties this season to try out different flavors, pick out favorites, potentially crossbreed different types. But when so few of my tomatoes in my yard here, they did great in my Oma's place. The ones I planted here were struggling so much. Now, it wasn't as much as they were struggling. They were looking like happy, healthy plants. They just grew really slowly. I didn't want the frost to kill them. So I took cuttings off of a lot of them and brought them inside, put them in water, where a bunch of them are in right now. Small plants I just fully dug up and put in pots, and some ones I just straight up had in pots outside from the get-go, and I brought them into the sunroom, where it's always going to be a few degrees warmer than outside due to being insulated, and there being a hot tub and stuff in there, and being attached to the house there. But it's supposed to get down to -7 tonight, meaning anything that's in there now is going to be freezing overnight. So, after all the Thanksgiving stuffs, I kind of brought a lot of plants inside to save them from the frost. It's supposed to warm up this next week, so I might put some back outside in the sunroom again coming up, but I need to figure out a permanent setup for my tomato stuffs here. My just indoor gardens in general. Here, let me send some photos of my current little setup here. Here, let's send these thingamajigs here, is what I'll do. Let's put Discord on top of this. Go to my little pictures channel here. Yeah, so in my sunroom, I had a whole bunch of plants that were there just because it was going to be a little bit warmer in there. So I already had a bunch of tomatoes that were just in pots. I want to move past this guy because someone's chatty there in the background. Had a whole bunch of, like, tomatoes that I didn't get any fruit from yet. I don't have any fruit from it yet. This is called a cream sausage tomato, and they're supposed to be sweet. I'm looking forward to that. These are chocolate striped icicle tomatoes. Those should be pretty good there. This one's technically a mystery, but I suspect that's one of my Sweet Million ones. Got a Vilma tomato from Germany here. Got a kangaroo apple, it's called. That went into the living room here. It's going to turn into a house plant. It's been growing really well, really fast, but I still don't know what its fruit tastes like. And I really want to try out its fruit, and it is also just a really pretty plant. So you can see, like, all this fruit that's been developing. It makes these really pretty purple flowers, then it develops this fruit. So I really want to see what the fruit tastes like, and since that's been brought in and put by the front window, I, out of curiosity, looked up, how big did these get? How long do they live? So they grow fast, so you can grow them as annuals in cold climates like here, but, you know, I didn't get any fruit in time. The internet was saying they can live for like 5 to 6 years, and apparently they can get up to 4 meters tall. Probably not going to tell that to my parents as is. We'll see how big it gets with, like, little smidges of natural sunshine here from the window. Hopefully it doesn't end up hitting the ceiling and doing anything too crazy. So yeah, that's going to be our little house plant there now. And meanwhile, the laundry room, the room that's like literally right on the other side of the wall over here, is kind of filled with a bazillion plants with a tiny little grow light with its work cut out for it. Here's the red tree that I brought along to play games with me here recently. I think that was during AC Valhalla. A bunch of those potted tomatoes. I have, you know, trays for water and stuff here. And then most of my cuttings are still in water because they still need to root. I've labeled what they all are so that I know what's what here. So I need to figure out how this is going to work for them all being in soil. If I get like some big rectangular planters that I can put across here, get like a bigger grow light and move this tiny one to cover like this area here or something like that. Then I get like a big one to cover this area here. And I'm going to have my work cut out for me here. A few more tomatoes here. Here's this basil pot that the basil's pretty much done for, but I know strawberries are coming up in this, so it's like, oh, okay, I guess I'm taking care of that now. You can see my bazillion pots that are underneath the sink there. Yeah, so that's the little disaster zone that's in the room next to me now. And yeah, so with winter coming on in here, snow is supposed to happen in the near-ish future. I've kind of got my work cut out for me when it comes to managing a bazillion plants indoors. More plants than I've managed indoors for winter before. So that's what's going on here and what was going on here earlier today. Gonna be honest, I reported the notification for Twitch. I'm kidding, I woke up. Well, how goes this late night? It's going pretty alright. I was just chatting about how it was Thanksgiving dinner on my mom's side here today. Which, did I post my completed pies on the, I probably did. In the Thingamabob channel there, because I know you'd get a... I know that you got a kick out of seeing my pies there. Yeah, I did. Yeah, my contribution to Thanksgiving dinner. My pies. Apple and raspberry cherry. They were actually pretty good. The raspberry cherry was super runny, liquidy, but, you know, live and learn here, I guess. So, oh, there is another viewpoint. So Thanksgiving dinner was pretty good. Definitely enjoyed some good stuffs there. Had some good food, some good games. It was a nice chill time. And then I found out that it's going to get, like, super cold tonight, so I brought a bazillion of my plants that I want to save indoors. And now I have a whole bunch of plants inside that I need to figure out how I'm taking care of them through the winter. I knew I was going to have to do that at some point, but I thought I had a little bit more time. I didn't think it was going to get down to -7 tonight, but good thing I checked, or else all those plants outside would have frozen and died. So I'm gonna have a lot of tomatoes indoors this winter. Mostly berry compote, right? It's gonna be runny but delicious. Well, I put in whole cherries and raspberries. But when I pulled the bags of this frozen fruit out of the freezer, and when they thawed out, basically half the bag was liquid. At that point, they're very juicy fruits. So I was kind of struggling to get it to properly, what's that? The blue thingamabob. Oh, I guess just, okay, I got you. So I was kind of struggling to get it to gel up. So towards the end, I added more cornstarch. And that was my lesson that I'm never going to forget now, that you can't add cornstarch when it's hot. You have to do it when it's cold, because all the cornstarch clumped up and wasn't properly dissolving. And that was a little bit of a disaster, so I had to, I had to kind of immersion blend it all together. So, you know, raspberries would turn into just liquid anyway. They're very fragile fruits. But the cherries that I was looking forward to the solid chunks of were completely liquefied just because I had to kind of break down the cornstarch. So, you know, at least there's no more chunks of cornstarch. You don't have to worry about, like, you know, unpleasant bite with that. But there's no more chunks of cherry. Everything got liquefied, was the case. So it was just kind of liquid cherry in the midst of my liquid raspberry. So, new fast travel. It was still tasty, just really quite runny. A little messy there. But it was pretty good. Eh? Can I not just, like... I guess not. So yeah, overall a pretty nice, chill day. Enjoyed time with family here. Things was pretty nice. What the heck? Can I get like a little booster seat or something? Like a child? I don't understand, man. I apparently need to ask you. But I can't shoot the thing. I don't understand. I need a booster seat. I'm too short for this. Is this what it feels like to be a short person? No. I don't understand, man. I am very quite confused here. So I need to get into here. I find that offensive. I don't understand. Wait, can I... Am I supposed to do this? Nope. Am I supposed to... Oh. Ah! I'm breaking into your house. Here we go. Here we go. Boop. Hi.
You. What can you tell me about the nightmares everyone is having?
Tell you?
I'm taking your shit.
Tell you? I don't need to tell you about them.
Why'd you get quiet for a second?
They will come to you soon enough. These nightmares spread like a plague, worse than a plague, sickening your mind.
Vivid, but not useful.
Alright, well that didn't help me. And outside of that, Hallowland is going to be next weekend, so I'm doing just a little bit of cleanup of one last thing in Assassin's Creed Valhalla before then. Tonight we're doing the crossover with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So it is for sure this area here, right? What? Or not? Over there? It says it's investigation area again. So once I get this done, then I'm AO good for friggin' the Hallowland coming up here. And then doing the Siege of Paris in this game. Where I guess we're gonna siege Paris or something like that. I don't know. So it just wants me to be on this lower level, I guess. Who else can I chat to? This guy over here, it looks like. So just doing a smidge of Valhalla tonight. And then wrapping things up.
I'm here too.
Whoa, that was weird.
An eagle will bring ruin to us all. I saw it in a dream.
I won't get much from him. The nightmares certainly seem bad here.
Certainly seems like. Well, I'm out of the investigation area. What? This guy's still marked? Awa? But yeah, Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow should be nice mostly. My, just last week, my grandpa ended up going into a care home, which I feel like is something that he very much needed there, considering he has pretty bad dementia. And apparently he wasn't super impressed about going into the home, so hopefully he's not in a grumpy mood or anything. We shall see. Should hopefully be a nice little family get-together there. As food questions, topic on hand, brownies. Do you prefer dense or cakey? I think I kind of prefer dense brownies myself. Personally there. Also, oh, at first I was like, what is questions? Questions there. I got you. Didn't quite realize at first. Where the heck? Who am I missing? Who have I not talked to? Someone all the way down here. I guess this is still investigation area. That's how I prefer brownies. Ah, the best character, Bride. Oh, you are short.
Warrior woman with the braid. She is our undoing, stealing our dreams.
A warrior with a braid. That can't be Randvi.
Don't.
Where is she?
At a church northwest of town. That's all I saw in my dreams. Find her and please let me sleep.
Short. Oh, that also reminds me I don't have my script open. I guess I could open it. I could open it during a cutscene or something or other. I keep on forgetting until I actually need to use it during this game. Outside of that, Pokemon Legends ZA comes out on Thursday, so I'll probably start playing a little smidge of that on Thursday. And then immediately after a smidge of a stream, I'm going to have to just, like, immediately pack up my computer that night. Be ready to head out on Friday. Or, like, pack my PC during the day. I might see about, taking the day off on Friday, because things are going to be, like, such a whirlwind otherwise in my, I need lots of rest before Halloween, or else I'm going to friggin' die. It's, very much how it goes. I did finish, well, it's not completely finished, but mostly finished the Halloween trophy for Mario Kart. It was asked to me if I could, yeah, I'm actually hosting a Mario Kart event. It'll be a community games thingamabob. So if anyone wants to join in on Friday evening there, they can join in. It's just only people that are physically there in person will be eligible for the trophy that I made. I still need to glue it to fasten it. I tried to get this star in here and then use a heat gun to try and just, like, melt the plastic together. It didn't really work all that well. It just, like, contracted the tips of the star. So I'm gonna need to properly glue it or else the star will be easily knocked out. But here's the Halloween trophy. Breaking the tracking of my camera there. That I made. Tried to go with some Halloween-y kind of colors. Red, orange, this dark purple here. Gave a little outline around the star and stuff. So, this is what I put together here. So, yeah. I appreciate you saying so. So, one lucky winner this coming weekend will end up taking this home. Ended up 3D printing most of it during the Xenosaga playthrough. You can just put that there for now. A little trophy. But yeah, definitely not me. Well, unless you were there in person, you wouldn't be eligible for it anyway. I'll say, like, anyone online can join in, but only people that are, like, there in person can get it. Because, one, it'd be kind of sucky to have, like, this whole community event with the LAN going on there. And we have this trophy on display for someone to win, and it's like, oh, whoops, sorry, some person that you've never heard of before takes the trophy home. Not you, who would have come in first place among our group. Or something like that. And two, pain in the ass to ship. But speaking of, I shall also ship you a dragon and jam at some point here. And I so much crazy stuff has been going on lately that I kind of... it hasn't been at the forefront of my mind when it should have been more at the forefront. Oh well. Oh well. This is the way we go. Find the warrior with the braid.